So you've landed that new job as safety coordinator. Now you want to look at, what do we do now? Where do we go from here? Well, let's look at that first 90 days on the job. Where do we go? What do we do the first 90 days on the job as a brand new safety coordinator? It's not about the paperwork. It's not about the meetings. But because of what you do in that first few days, that very first week on the job, can mean whether or not someone goes home safe or not. Today, I'm going to walk with you through what you should focus on your very first week as that brand new safety coordinator. Let's look at the priorities of what should take place. Welcome, I'm Tim, and this is JoCo Safety Solutions, where we really talk about what really matters in the workplace. Taking the opportunity to focus on those priorities and, like I said, do the things that need to be done so that people go home safe every day. Go home safe every day. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're returning, great, thank you very much. But I've had a lot of questions about another video that I put out, which is, who is the safety coordinator? If you get the opportunity, go back and look at that one. That video sparked a lot of interest. A lot of people watched the video and have asked me a lot of different questions, a lot of great comments on the video. But one of the questions is, once I get the job, what do I do from that point? What do I do my first 90 days? So that's what we're going to dive into today. What do I do that first 90 days? Well, let's start with week one. We're going to start with week one and look at what our priorities are. And also, in the description of the video, I'm going to have a checklist there that you can actually download free and use your first week on the job. So grab it, take a look at it. Leave me a comment too. Let me know what your thoughts are. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, we're back in the office now. But yeah, let's dive right into it. What do we do? We've landed at a new job, first 90 days. And let's focus on the very first week. Before you open a single spreadsheet, before you review a single policy, you need to ask yourself one question. If something was to go wrong today, are the people that I work with protected? Start with your emergency egress routes. Walk the facility. Are exits blocked? Do doors open properly? Make sure that they're not locked. Are exit signs visible and illuminated? And not just one, not just a sample, but all of them. Don't assume anything. Verify it. Then check your fire suppression system or fire protection system. Are fire extinguishers accessible and inspected regularly? Are sprinkler heads clear of any obstructions? Are alarm pull stations easy to reach? This isn't an audit by no means. This is an immediate risk control. Because if something happens on your watch in week one, these are the systems that's going to matter most, right? So next, you want to understand where your site stands at right now. Not from last year, not from your predecessor, but you're the new person on the job. Where does it stand right now? Focus on current regulation expectations, especially those areas that's getting a lot of increased attention, right now. Areas like heat stress and indoor air quality. And as the months get warmer, these are going to matter even more. Start by reviewing your written programs. Are they updated? Do they reflect our current standards? Then go one step further. Are employees actually following these at the same time? Something to think about, because there's always a gap between what's written and what's actually taking place. That's where the rubber really meets the road. What is written is one thing, but are we really meeting that? Do our employees, are they following that? That's what we want to find out. So your goal is to identify where we are exposed, where you're exposed at right now. That's how you prioritize effectively instead of reacting constantly. Okay? Let me say that again. That's how you prioritize effectively instead of reacting constantly. Okay? So next, I'm going to say this: get out of the office. Section 3 on what my notes here that I have. Get out of the office. This is where a lot of new safety coordinators fail at. They want to take up residence in the office and not get out. You need to get out of the office. Don't stay there. Get out on the floor immediately. Introduce yourself to the employees. Look at what actually work is being done out there. And while you're out there, start observing patterns. Where's the high traffic areas? Where do the near misses happen? Where are people rushing or cutting corners? This does really two critical things. It builds trust with your workforce, the employees that you're working with every day, and it gives you real world insight no report will ever give you. Do you catch that? It gives you real world insight that no report is going to ever give you. But so you have to get out of the office. Your credibility doesn't come from policies. It comes from presence. Now let me repeat that again. Make sure you write that down. Your credibility doesn't come from policies. It comes from presence, being there. So get out of the office. Next, let's talk about the baseline audit. Now that you've looked at immediate risk and real world conditions in your workforce, it's time to understand really what you've inherited from your predecessors. Start a rapid baseline audit. Review key documents like OSHA logs, training records, inspection logs, permits, written safety programs. And you're not doing a deep dive just yet. You're scanning for red flags. So I would suggest put you a red flag, or paint you a red flag, or draw you a red flag, cut out a red flag, and put it on your doors, and to remind you this is what you're doing right now, is you're looking for those red flags. Things like expired certifications, missing documentation, incomplete records, programs that exist only on paper. And when I say that, that means they're existing on paper. Here they are, but are they actually being done? That's a huge red flag. And ask yourself, then, if OSHA showed up today, where are we vulnerable? Where are we most likely to be hit? That answer becomes your starting point. Okay? Next, if you focus on these 4 things in your first week: immediate life safety checks, understanding current OSHA expectations, building a presence on the floor, and establishing your baseline, you go from being overwhelmed to in control of what's taking place. Not because you're there to fix everything, but because you understand what actually matters. Okay? So, if you found this to be helpful, I'd recommend watching that video that I put out, Who is the Safety Coordinator? It pairs perfectly really with this one that we're talking about now. And if you're stepping into that role right now as that new safety coordinator, I'll get it out in a second, drop me a comment. I'd like to hear from you and the challenges that you're facing. I'd love to talk to you about some of these challenges. And don't forget, hit that like, subscribe, and remember, safety is first and coffee is second. And you know, we can do this together. So just let me know, drop me a comment. I'd love to hear what you are facing right now, some of those challenges, if you will. And we will catch you on the next one. Take care. God bless.